Hello, welcome to reading my entire TBR, episode 2, week 2. I am still reading Mrs. Everything. I have I'm on page 351. I have just about 100 pages left, maybe a little less. And, notes that I've taken from the last time I checked in are, I should have expected Bethy to join a commune, that or a cult. Maybe it would have been a little bit, the story is so dramatic already. It would have been even more dramatic for her to join a cult. But the commune serves a purpose for later in the story. The conversation, so there's a scene where Bethy's visiting Jo and her family, and there's a snowstorm, and all of the neighbors, all the moms and the kids, they all go to one lady's house and they all sleep there because the power is out, and it's like a big giant sleepover, and they're having conversations there about like being a housewife or a stay-at-home mom, and that scene seems really forced. And at this point, the themes in the book, or at least, I would say the themes in the book from that point onward so far, they are all seeming forced, whereas before, it seemed part of the storytelling, was part of the plot development, part of the character development, but now it's almost like the author's trying to tick boxes. She's like, I need to have this in here, and this, and this, so she's just like forcing it in. Like, the conversations that those moms are having, they're not like conversations I have with my fellow stay-at-home moms. So I don't know what else to say about that, just that it seems forced. Although it is really funny, one of the ladies says we should go on strike, and that would be hilarious if they did. I would love to see how that plays out. And then Shelly comes back. Oh my gosh, Shelly, you're too friggin' late. You're way too friggin' late, Shelly. Like, as if she thought that Jo would just uproot her life and leave for her. Anyway, that was annoying for Jo. Like, I like that it happened, and Jo handled the exact way she should have. And now, Jo and Bethy had that falling out at the commune, where they were like, you ruined my life. No, you ruined my life. And now the mom died. So that's where I'm at, and we'll see how the rest goes. And Harold's back. Yay! I knew he would be. I knew they'd get together. I'm so glad they're together. His story is so sad about him going to the war and becoming sterile there. And anyway, maybe I'll finish it today. I'll try to finish it today. Probably won't, but tomorrow for sure. Jaw-dropping who Dave is having an affair with. That's all I came to say. I was just, my mouth. Okay, Dave is a POS. Like, the fact that she had to take him for court for that copyright stuff that Jo had to. I don't understand Lila, the daughter that's just the living form of misery. Is there a missing piece? Did something happen to her? She just thinks her mom hates her, but she's depressed, but I don't know what's going to be revealed about that. Anyway, I just read the part where Jo goes to find Shelly. I didn't expect that. Don't know what I think about that. Do I like second chance romances? I'm not sure. Shelly was cruel in making Jo go to her wedding. And very self-centered and entitled when she approached Jo a few years later, be like, is it too late? When she has her husband and kids, her kids are there at the house. And now Joe went back to her. I guess I thought that Joe would find a new love interest. I think that would have been good for her, like a fresh start. I don't know about her and Shelley getting together. Sorry about the lighting. It's midnight. I finished watching Dancing with the Stars, and it was so good. It was the 20th birthday. I'm just trying to finish this. I have 40 pages left, and I just am horrified. Joe's daughter, Kim, had her first baby, and she says, so when the baby's 3 months, Kim goes back to work, and she says, I don't miss her at all. I was so relieved to hand her off to someone else. I'm so happy to be back. And then she says, I'm a terrible mother. And Joe says, no, you're not. That's normal. And then in a lower tone, she goes, every new mom feels exactly the way you're feeling. I really hope not. I'll speak for myself. I did not feel that way. I mean, I never had to go back to a job like that, especially 3 months postpartum. But I just think that's awful. And I'm really freaked out by this author now. And I feel really, the thing I feel the most is I feel really sad for the babies. Like, I feel really sad that these babies are not going to have the proper love and care from their mothers, and they're not going to have a healthy attachment with their mothers. And I'm just really disturbed by that comment. Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and I only have 10 pages left of my book. And I'm just reading a part here that I want to share. Joe is talking about how far women have progressed. And, you know, she's saying this after we learn that Kim, so her eldest daughter, Kim, who was married to Matt, Kim is the lawyer, and Matt is like the really wealthy Wall Street guy. When the kids were 6 and 3, Kim divorced Matt. She says, I couldn't be the wife he wanted me to. She wanted to go back to work. She didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. She didn't want to be a mom full time. I mean, that sentence doesn't make sense because you are a mom all the time. And so blah, 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 Joe says, she wondered whether they, as in women, they would ever not try to have it all and do all of it flawlessly. Would the day ever come when simply doing your best would be enough? And it just, you know, made me pause and made me think that everyone, like women themselves, society, the people surrounding women, like I think there are just like too high expectations on women. Like, I just think that regardless of, oh my gosh, this book. Hang on, people, hang on. What do you want? You want your book? Well, let's go see it. Do you want to put your book in the reading vlog? Hey, what are you reading? You're reading?
That's my book.
This was your book. 100 words book. This one is the Spanish and English. Show us how it works, Charlie.
I remember how it works.
Here.
Just flip it up.
Pets, animals.
Press.
Some of my favorite words are
Toca un animal. Charlie,
Which one of these?
giraffe.
toca un animal.
I love words.
La jirafa. Y aquí, toca uno. Go. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Touch one of these.
Anyway, it's like, I think regardless of whichever side you fall on, if you are like a modern feminist and like this author and want women to go to work and have it all, like that expectation is way too high. If you are a bit more conservative and you want more traditional life, like you want, hang on honey, let me just finish this thought, and you know, stay-at-home mom, like trad wife, do it all, like the bar is so high whichever way you're leaning or going. And I think that's the problem. I think that's the predicament.
Plate is round, like a circle.
I don't think
Mommy.
hang on. To finish this thought, I disagree with the you can have it all, just not all at once. I think that there's a season for everything.
Can I paint my nails, please?
Sure. I think there's a season for everything. There's a time for everything, and each season needs its time to like fully happen. That's what I think. Okay, I'm at the Me Too portion of the book because of course that's in here because everything is in this book. And I was just thinking, I have a thought about, so anyway, it's Melissa's boss. He's a 70-year-old famous book editor in New York. And a bunch of stuff came out about how he was a POS. And, you know, it comes out, there's just this part that's really sticking with me. He had a blowjobs for blurbs policy, which explained why so many female authors' debut novels came ornamented with praise by one or another of Leicester's stable of elderly literary giants. And I just can't help but think, like, I understand there are situations where women in this position would feel manipulated or coerced to do that. And it may be something they didn't want to do, but they did it anyway. You know, because they're low on the totem pole and these guys are up high. I understand that. But there must have been some women who were like, hell yeah, I will. Girl, Athena is just like on top of me. I only have 10 pages left and I really want to finish. But there must be some women who are like, hell yeah, I will do that for a blurb from so-and-so. I do that every other night. Why not for this? Like, right? Like, there must be some women who are just like, easy, done. And they're using it as a form of currency. Like, I guess I just feel confused. Like, why is sex work okay in some areas and not others? And maybe I'm reading the room wrong. Like, maybe we're really only talking about women who were like coerced or forced into doing this, which is obviously so wrong. But in this day and age and in this climate where, you know, it's free love and sex work is totally okay, then why isn't it okay for someone to provide a service to get something they want in other like domains? I don't know, it's just something that jumped out at me when I was reading this. I finished Mrs. Everything and I'm gonna settle on a 4 to 5. I like to try my best to give books like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Sometimes a 0.5. And I understand why people do like the 0.25 or the 0.3 or the 0.4. Like, I get it, but I also think it's just a little pretentious in a way. But I get it. Like, I've done that before. I would, especially with wine, I've done that before. And so, like, yeah, if I was pushed, I would give this probably a 4.25. But anyway, I'm gonna give it a 4. So what I liked about the book, I liked the storytelling, I liked the writing, I liked the pace. I liked how we saw the characters from basically the beginning of their lives, almost all the way to the end. I liked, even though I complained about the decades it was set in, like the 60s and 70s, I still do like I like a period piece. So I enjoyed that. And I think the author did a really good job at letting us know which decade we were in, just based off of the clothes they were wearing, how their hair was done, what music they were listening to, that kind of stuff. Would I read Jennifer Weiner again? Yes, maybe. I don't know if I would pick it up intentionally, but if there was another Jennifer Weiner, you know, in a little free library or on one of my friends' bookshelves and I borrowed it, then yes. But I don't think I'm gonna search her out. And so next book I'm reading, I picked out my next one, and I honestly think it's gonna be a DNF. I need to put you down. How am I gonna put you down? With good light. Actually, I think I got it. The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. I've read 2 Kate Quinn books. I read, what is it? The Nightingale. What is it? The list of books is here. Charlie, hang on. Oh boy. Okay, so the 2 other Kate Quinn books I read were The Alice Network and The Huntress, which didn't really like that much. The Alice Network was fine. The Huntress I didn't really like. And then she has a bunch of books that I've never heard of, like some series, and I don't know if they're like middle grade or YA here. And The Rose Code, I remember my sister said it was really bad, so I never read it. And you know, I thought I had written Kate Quinn off, and then this was in my library downstairs, and I thought, why not? So I'm gonna give it a shot. I think it will be a DNF, but we'll see how it goes. I'll read you the synopsis. So Kate Quinn normally does World War II, like historical fiction, and I've just read better, you know? Okay, wry and bookish history student Mila Pavlichenko organizes her life around her library job and her young son. But Hitler's invasion of Russia sends her on a different path. Given a rifle and sent to join the fight, Mila must transform herself from studious girl to deadly sniper, a lethal hunter of Nazis known as Lady Death. When news of her 300th kill makes her a national heroine, Mila is torn from the battlefields of the Eastern Front and sent to America on a goodwill tour. Still reeling from war wounds and devastated by loss,
No.
What are you doing?
No, sir.
Charlie, Poppy's gonna cook that as soon as he gets home. I'm almost done. Charlie is not feeling well, so that's why he's kind of extra cuddly. You know, I thought about like, just scrap this, let's start all over, but the interruptions are bound to happen, so let's just go with it. Okay, so still reeling from war wounds and devastated by loss, Mila finds herself isolated and lonely in the glittering world of Washington, D.C., until an unexpected friendship with First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and an even more unexpected connection with a silent fellow sniper offer the possibility of happiness. But when an old enemy from Mila's past joins forces with a deadly new foe lurking in the shadows, Lady Death finds herself battling her own demons and enemy bullets in the deadliest duel of her life. Based on a true story. Oh, that makes this significantly more interesting. The Diamond Eye is a haunting novel of heroism, of a mother who became a soldier, and of a woman who found her place in the world and changed the course of history forever. I mean, see, it sounds pretty good. So let's give it a chance. Okay. Oh, baby. Good morning. I wonder if this is going to become my, like, place to film. I'm in the dining room because of the light. I have those 2 messed up rye sourdough breads behind me. I let the levain stay out. So I prepared the levain yesterday morning at like 9:30 in the morning. And last night before bed, I was supposed to put it together. No, I woke up at 7:30 and I was just waking up. I was kind of thinking like, today's Thursday, what do I have to do today? And then I thought about the stew I'm making tomorrow. And then I thought,
4, 5, 6.
the levain. And so I ran on here and I've tried to salvage it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Anyway, quickly, like I haven't even started the book and Carlos and I have already been talking about it. So, okay, the very first page here, it says, in the summer of 1942, as the world was locked in war against Hitler, a woman crossed the sea from the Soviet Union to the United States. She was a single mother, a graduate student, a library researcher. She was a soldier, a war hero, a sniper with 309 kills to her name. She was Russia's envoy, America's sweetheart, and Eleanor Roosevelt's dear friend. Her story is incredible. Her story is true. Meet Lady Death. And I'm telling this to Carlos, and we're both just like, she's not real. Like, this was propaganda. And page 1, there's a man who says, she's a fake. So I'm glad that this is being addressed right at the beginning. But, I mean, I would love it if it were real. Like, super cool that this librarian woman's a sniper. I mean, I guess it's cool. Like, war is not good. But anyway, it is cool. I know this is supposed to be like, yay, women, like they can do war and they can shoot guns. But I don't think it's true. And it's just like, why would Russia send, in the middle of the war in 1942, their Lady Death, one of their best snipers, why would they send her to the United States on a press tour? Like, they need her to be fighting. And 2, why would they let a Russian get so close to Eleanor Roosevelt? You know what I mean? Like, I think she was either like, America said, hey, Russia, send someone over so we can like use her as propaganda, or she's an American Russian that they like plucked up from somewhere and just told, no, she's the Lady Death. I'm glad that it's being addressed right at the beginning, because that's what I think. Like, I think she's a fake. I think she's propaganda. I don't think this is a true story. But maybe Kate Quinn will change my mind. Okay, I'm actually really interested in, I would love to have like a Russian Canadian, a Russian American, or a Russian, or Ukrainian. Technically, she's from Ukraine. She's in Kiev. So a Ukrainian, Canadian, whatever. Someone, Ukrainian or Russian, to read this book and then tell us if the author got it right with the character traits and the character development. Like, I imagine an American writing a Ukrainian character is gonna get some things wrong. And I'd be interested to know what an actual Ukrainian or Russian or someone, a Soviet Union person, would think about Lady Death. I'm DNFing. I think it's gonna end up being a 3-star. It's really long. I just don't think it's worth my time. I think I'm just gonna be annoyed at all like the really modern feminist commentary. Like, I just read Mrs. Everything and that had a lot of themes, and I just need something different. So, and I just, Kate Quinn, her writing, like, I just think it's like, it's just very 21st century lit fic writing. Like, sometimes she's really obvious in the point she wants to get across. Some of the characters are going to be, like, it's predictable, like, the characters and themes are going to come across in the book. So, not into that right now. So, I'm just going to randomly grab one off the shelf to take with me. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? The historians, I am interested in this. This is another like World War II historical fiction. Should I try something shorter? This is short, but this will be intense. This is a nonfiction of a Canadian, like a man from Nunavut, famous like NHL hockey player, pro hockey player, alcoholic, and his story. So that's gonna be really intense. What should I give a try, you guys? This one, Lipitor, Thief of Memory. I've had this forever. Statin Drugs and the Misguided War on Cholesterol by a NASA astronaut. This is the one. This is it. This is what I'm gonna try. Okay, this I'm gonna give to my grandma. So it'll be there in her closet. If I ever feel like picking it up again, it'll be there, but I probably won't. Okay, this is the one. I figure I should read the synopsis to you now. So when Dr. Dwayne Gravelin, former astronaut, aerospace medical research scientist, flight surgeon, and family doctor is given Lipitor to lower his cholesterol, he temporarily loses his short-term memory. Urged a year later to resume the drug at half dose, he lost both short-term and retrograde memory and was finally diagnosed in a hospital ER as having transient global amnesia. This is the scary, appealingly written account of his search for answers that his medical community didn't have. The how and why of his traumatic experience and what needs to be done to prevent the devastating side effects to body and mind from the escalating use of the statin drugs. Sounds scary. Okay. Hi, I'm not reading this either. This was published in 2006, and I definitely got it off a recommendation from like a low carb or carnivore podcast. And I think I was motivated to buy it because my grandma takes Lipitor, and I just wanted to, probably at the time, I wanted to buy it, read it, and then change my grandma's life. You know, I wanted to like buy this to prove to my mom and my aunt and uncles, like, see, grandma should be taking this medicine. It's not good for her. La 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 la. Well, it probably wasn't good for her and isn't. I don't know what dose she's taking, but she already has like her dementia diagnosis, and I just don't, it's not a fight I'm gonna fight. I think at this point we're just really trying to maintain the cognitive function that she has and trying to keep everything the same and not like increase in any medications that she's on, just like keep everything the same, keep her in maintenance mode, and yeah. And I just don't really like care about, like, I feel like I've heard enough about like the cholesterol issue, and then even like with the memory and dementia issue, like I know there's a lot for me to learn still, but I've heard a lot about it lately, and I'm not in the mood for really like scientific medical nonfiction. I'm gonna keep it in my like my nonfiction bookshelf since I own it, and if I ever do want to pick it up in the future I can, but it's gonna be taken off the TBR shelf, which I'm happy about. That was the purpose of this challenge, but I'm also worried that I'm just gonna like DNF books really fast now because I want to get through this TBR shelf. So I'm gonna pick another one. The baby's sleeping, so I think I'm just gonna go in there, grab one, and I'll show you which one I chose. Okay, I'm gonna go with Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I have never read a Josh Malerman before, and I didn't know this until reading the back of this book. But he is the lead singer and songwriter for the rock band The High Strung, and he lives in Ferndale, Michigan. And I think that's really cool that he's the lead singer of a band. I saw the movie, really liked the movie. I don't read a lot of horror. I got this from a free little library. And because I liked the movie so much, I thought, you know, the book's usually better. So I picked it up. I'll read the synopsis to you. So it says, something is out there. Something terrifying that must not be seen. One glimpse and a person is driven to deadly violence. No one knows what it is or where it came from. 5 years after it began, a handful of scattered survivors remain, including Mallory and her 2 young children. Living in an abandoned house near the river, Mallory has long dreamed of fleeing to a place where her family might be safe. But the journey ahead will be terrifying. 20 miles downriver in a rowboat, blindfolded. One wrong choice and they will die, and something is following them. But is it man, animal, or monster? Engulfed in darkness, surrounded by sounds both familiar and frightening, Mallory embarks on a harrowing odyssey, a trip that takes her into an unseen world and back into the past, to the companions who once saved her. Interweaving past and present, Josh Malerman's breathtaking debut, oh, it is his debut, is a horrific and gripping snapshot of a world unraveled that will have you racing to the final page. Ooh, I hope so. I want to race to the final page. How many pages? Ooh, the print is small, but it's 250, 60. Oh, it's 260 exactly pages. Okay, so it's a short book. Hopefully a quick read if I'm racing to the end. If you didn't see the book, it's oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh. I can't even think of her most famous movie. Miss Congeniality? Who's Miss Congeniality? Oh man, come on. I should know this. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Good morning, it's Saturday, and my hair dried really nice overnight. It's really wavy and curly. I am just a little over halfway through Bird Box. I think an eyelash fell into my eye. Okay. I'm on page 142. And, you know, there's not really much to say specifically about the story. It is creepy. I feel on edge at some points, and I think that's a mark of a really good book when you're feeling so much from it. And this is Josh Malerman's debut, which I think is really impressive. I get the impression that he read a lot. Like, he's a big reader and he read a lot of horror, and that's how he knows to... Wow, look at this background. This is my closet. These drapes are my closet. Wow. This looks like fake, like a prop. But I think that's how he knows to, like, set the tone, get the right atmosphere, get you feeling, like, anxious for the characters and the situation and creeped out. And I will say, like, the movie, I'm not gonna say the movie is better than the book, but the movie did the book justice. And they did change some parts of the book for the movie, but I think that those choices were great, and yeah, just really well done, both the book and the movie. I really want to read more Josh Malerman. I'm really turned on to him now. I'm curious about his other books. He has quite a few other books. So this was published in what, 2016, 2015? I want to take a look right now. And I'm just going to say that I am happy with my commitment to reading, because The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came out this week, and I have been watching that, and I've watched I started Thursday, today's Saturday, and I've watched 6 episodes. I'm on episode 7, I believe. No, I'm on episode 8. I've watched 7 episodes and I'm on episode 8. Not much to say about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives other than before Whitney and Demi came back to the show, they didn't have anything to talk about except Jessie and her husband. They got like 4 full episodes about that. Okay, what am I doing? Josh Mallerman. Bird Box 1. There's a Bird Box 2? Interesting. Okay. So, his debut was published in 2014. Okay, and then so since then he has published 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other books. So he has 10 more books by Josh Mallerman. Wow, this guy's on a roll. 10, 11 books published, and then some short, like he's part of some short story collections. Wait, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoa, this guy has written a lot in 9 years. That's impressive. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out more of his stuff. Hopefully I'll finish this tomorrow, which will probably be the next week's vlog. Like, I was planning on ending this vlog here because it's Saturday. And I wanted to, like, my plan is to, you know, have my week be like Sunday to Saturday. But if I finish this book tomorrow, then I might end the vlog tomorrow and then start the next vlog with the new book, because that just makes more sense. Anyway, I guess you'll see, you'll find out by this ending or more content to come. Okay, Carlos told me to film with the back camera of my phone instead of the forward-facing one, because the forward-facing one makes, like, it's not great quality, so the video looks grainy, but I can't see myself, so I have no idea what I'm filming. I just wanted to actually end the video today. It's Sunday. I have about 20 pages left of Bird Box, so I'm gonna finish it probably when I get home. And you know, there's not much else to say other than the book is really good. I like Josh Mallerman's style, like the tone he sets is so good. It's creepy and suspenseful, and like I said earlier, I really want to check out more of his stuff. I was trying to get through this past chapter that I'm currently in, because it's the chapter where everything is happening. Like, I think Dawn let something into the house. The women are upstairs giving birth in the attic, and there's a bunch of screaming and banging, and like, obviously we know that Mallory is the only one left with the baby, so I think this is the night where everyone goes mad. And to add to that, in the present moment, Mallory is on the water and there's a creature with her in the water and she has to open her eyes. I know how it ends because I've seen the movie, but it still doesn't make it any less like suspenseful, and it gets my heart rate up just like the movie did. So I'll pop back in when I finish the book, give you my final review, and then that'll be the end of this week's vlog. Okay, I finished the book. I'm gonna give it a 4 to 5, and the ending was like the movie. You know, she went down the river, she opened her eyes, she got to the blind school that is like its own self-sufficient, what do you call it, like village? A group of people who managed to make it work in this new world with the creatures. And there's a second Bird Box called Mallory. And I wonder if that's just life after, which I don't know if I'm interested in or not. But yeah, that was Bird Box. So this week I finished Mrs. Everything. I DNF'd 2 books, and then I read Bird Box, which is a successful week in my opinion. So check in for the next vlog for my next book from my entire physical TBR shelf.